ROCKNROLLA was our homework this week when a Russian mobster orchestrates a crooked land deal. Millions of dollars are up for grabs, drawing the entire London underworld into a feeding frenzy at a time when the old criminal regime is losing turf to a wealthy foreign mob. Directed by Guy Ritchie, starring Gerard Butler, Tom Wilkinson, Idris Elba. And when did this come
Hey,
out? This came out in 2008.
eight.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I graduated college around that time.
I don't know if
Um,
that description's fully accurate, but it's fine.
It's
it's-
yeah, there's a
They
lot
got
more
some
going
stuff
on
right,
to
but there's other
this.
stuff that they kind of reach for.
I want to say it's about 60% right.
Right.
What did it say the movie was about?
It's a Russian mobster orchestrating a crooked land deal, which that's true.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars up for grabs. I don't know about that. Drawing in the entire London underworld? No, just these guys.
Yeah.
Like it's not everybody. It's just the people that there's a bunch of people get drawn in that, but they're all in
Yeah.
the same circle anyway.
Yeah. It's-
I would have said a story of greed, betrayal, and power struggles, all which are central to a crime-driven plot. That's what I would have said.
Yes.
That's pretty accurate too.
I saw this in the theater way back when, and I remember liking it. And then going in this time, I'm going, oh, the plot on this one is not as cut and dry as Snatch.
Mhm.
There's a few things where you got to kind of, not that you have to figure out, but like you think it's going to be right in your face like Snatch was, and it's not, and that's fine. So,
Yeah.
but I do love the way Guy Ritchie treats the London underworld, and there's interesting characters all over the place.
Yeah. I agree.
I
Can we say something about the Wild Bunch? Like if you outside standing, if you look at the actors from the three guys from the Wild Bunch, those
Four really, because that guy in the back for him too.
yeah.
Well, and Cookie too, really.
Yeah. So you see like Idris Elba, you have Gerard Butler, and you have Tom Hardy.
Yep.
These guys, they did some big films
Yes.
in their career. Like
Yes.
these some all-star type of actors.
Well, it's wild too because I almost feel like Idris Elba and Gerard Butler almost hadn't quite got to their zenith, but
Correct.
we're right just about to. And Tom Hardy, this was early in his career, so he's starting to climb to where he was going to get to.
Correct.
So like
I
he's
agree.
above them, but he's still a fairly known commodity.
Correct.
But yeah,
Woo, that's a gorgeous woman.
yeah.
how about the scene where they're fighting the Russians?
Yeah.
And then they kill him. It feels like they kill him twice.
Yeah.
And no. And then especially when Gerard Butler's runs into that train tunnel and then whacks that dude over the head and you're like, all right, well, he's dead. And
Yeah.
then, no, he's not.
No.
No, he's not.
The first scene where they're taking the car from the guy with like $7 million,
Yes.
he has to like open the door to get
Get the keys. Yes.
Like, I'll say this for like because like criminals are kind of like stupid,
Yeah.
and like Guy Ritchie films is like they're portraying it that way too.
Yes. I feel like this crew too. I almost feel like they can do big things, but they're trying to stay within their lane because they just don't want to get caught. If
Yes.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
But they
Yes.
would just as likely to do a bigger job than whatever. But they're like, no, we're good doing this bookie thing, and every once in a while we'll do an easy job and make some money, and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
How about the look
Yeah.
on the Russian dude's face when he sees the painting in Tanya Maid's house?
Yeah.
And then
Like
she tells him that she's had it for years.
years.
That was great because I wanted her to like make it out. Like, I wanted like that was one of my things is when we get to talk about what we didn't like is I did kind of want like almost like an Ocean's 11 type of or Ocean's movie where they get away with it.
Yes.
All get away, and I don't think she got away. I think she is dead right there out the door. Like, and they don't show it.
Probably not because he does call the other guy in, right?
Yeah, he calls the other
Yeah.
guy in, and So they don't show it, but
They just leave it to our imagination.
yeah.
Oh,
These two almost felt out of place.
yes.
And I know they're supposed to be Americans in London. I get that, but as much as they tried to give them a voice that was American, if you will, that was in this landscape, it just didn't quite work for me.
I almost forgot that Ludacris was even in this film. And I was like, "Is that
And
Ludacris?"
he's better than Piven, and I usually like Jeremy Piven.
Yeah, yeah.
Here, that's the scene you're talking about, like where they fought,
Yes.
like because they rob him. They take a whole bunch of money from this main big gangster, and Thandie Newton gives them like the like here's where you go to pull it off, and then they like so the gangster gets the money up again, and she sets him up to get robbed again.
Exactly right.
And this time like they're getting chased down by like these Russians, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
I do love when they hit the SUV or whatever it is with the truck, and it flips on its side. They get the two cases out pretty easily. And Idris Elba says to Gerard Butler, "Well, don't go in the car. He's getting yanked in." Like,
Right before then,
dude.
they're doing like the scene from Jaws where they're comparing scars in the car.
Yes. Yes.
Right before then, they're doing like a scene in Jaws where they're like comparing scars, and he's like, "This one I got from a landmine."
And how about you? You have to know that Mark Strong, through this whole movie, is a bigger character than we initially think because he's the narrator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know something's up when they're the narrator.
Right.
And I'll always say this: Mark Strong will forever be my Sinestro. I'm just going to put it out there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't like Johnny Quid until the last like 20 minutes of this movie.
I can see that.
We learned so much more about him. You know,
Yeah,
like the movie, like so the movie just slowly peels the layers off the onion until it's just like the onion has bloomed, and you're like, oh snap! No one's really who we thought they were.
Mm-hmm.
The part where him in the elevator and they got like all the guys, 1, 2, and Idris Elba. And they're all like covered up, and he's like, "Well, who do we got there?" He looks at the one. He's like, "Oh, so you must be 1, 2. You must be Mumbles." Like,
Right. And then he's like joking around with Mark Strong or Archie. I'm sorry, Arch, whatever. He's like,
yeah.
And then he like throws him against the wall. He's like, "Don't hurt me now." I also love when they put him back in the elevator to take him down to kill him. He's like, "Well, you know what's going to happen is we're going to get to the car. He's going to put 2 in me, in my head, and then 1 in my neck to be sure. Then because you guys are witnesses," and he's freaking out because I just told you what he's going to do. I love that whole sequence.
Yeah. I like this. Like you showed it at the beginning of the show, the whole smacking scene.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
that was hilarious.
That's the thing. This one is not as comedic as some of his other ones, but it does have its moments.
Yeah. See, what is this? A tennis match?
Yeah.
Every time I see him without a shirt on, I'm like, dang, I gotta lose weight.
Yeah. Well, do you want to be a crack addict? Because that's what he is.
I mean, if I look like that, and I'm just joking.
How about the scene where the two
cakes.
guys that steal the painting from Johnny, show up at the Wild Bunch place, and they're like, "We have this painting," and the guy's like, "Yeah, I'll take it." He's like, "Well, there's a story behind it." He's like, "I don't care. It's what I'll take it." And throws the money at him.
Yeah.
Go away. I'll take the painting. It's fine. This scene's great too. This scene's great because it's all silent, and you're like, "Oh, that's not good." And then I love when they show up to kind of rescue him, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And he's tied down in the bed looking at him, and he's like, "Well, we can come back." He's like, "No." And why? Now, do you think they took their clothes off because they knew they were going to get blood everywhere?
I hope so.
And where?
Clifford's like, I hope so.
But then why wear the Russian military hats?
cosplay. I don't know.
I was gonna say it adds a little something to the scene for me.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Just for you, Cliff.
Right? I'll say,
How about when Tom Hardy and Gerard Butler are dancing together? Did you like that scene too?
of course, they made it. They made it for my entire demographic.
Of course.
Let's just sprinkle something.
I'll say
into
this
the game.
too. And I remember watching this. I'm going, oh, I remember part of it, and I'm going, ooh, but I'm going, maybe Cliff will be okay with it because they do accept him pretty quickly. They're like, whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
We've always known
It's like everybody knew about it except Gerard
for
Butler. Like Idris Elba was talking to him. He's like, "Oh, is it because he likes boys?"
It just works. It just works.
Yeah, this was enjoyable. This was an enjoyable movie.
Yeah.
Let's get some numbers. Start, Cliff. You can go first.
I had zero expectations walking into this movie, so I'm
Same.
giving it an 8.
Yeah, I'm the same way with Cliff. I had zero expectations. I'd never seen this movie before, but I looked at the cast and a lot of the actors and actresses in it I knew. So I said it, and I'm still gonna give zero expectations. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. I'm also agreeing with Cliff. I'm giving it an 8.
I'm also agreeing with you guys. If anything, it wraps up like a little bit like quick, which I think is like almost like a Guy Ritchie thing. Like you said, it's like the onion has now bloomed, and now we're getting to like the point rather quickly. I wish Sandy Newton made it out alive, and it does lead into a sequel that I don't think we're ever gonna get. Like,
Who knows? Who knows? Here's the thing. I don't
It's
know
at
if
a
you can
sequel that I don't think we're ever gonna
get, I
get.
think you can get Gerard Butler back because what's his career doing right now? I think you
True.
probably can get Tom Hardy back because I think he's just that guy.
True.
Idris Elba might be the tough one. Tandy Newton might
Yes.
be tough too. And Tom Wilkins is dead. Didn't he die just recently? But he's dead anyway, so it doesn't matter in the universe.
Yeah.
I of the three that I picked, I remembered this one probably the least. I remember enjoying it because, like I said, I saw it in the theater. I didn't fully remember the plot so this time I was just kind of almost not watching for the first time, but watching it, going, "Oh, I don't remember any of this." I like it. I enjoyed it. I would also give it an 8. I don't like it as much as Snatch, but I do enjoy the movie.
Yeah, Tom Wilkinson, the actor, did pass away in December 2023.
No, I was gonna say I knew it was recently. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd give it an 8 as well.
I'd give it an 8. 8's across the board. Look at that.
Mhm.
Like
IMDb disagree with us, but we don't care.
not by much though. By 0.8,
Yeah.
I like we're on ball with that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not like they had to give it like a 5 and we're giving this an 8.
And I know I'm not trying to bias, but I think next week's is the best one yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Speaking of next
these
week,
3 is probably my favorite.
that is your homework for next week. This has The Gentleman. Who is in this? Matthew
There's a lot of people in this
McConaughey,
one again.
Yeah.
Jeremy
Colin
Colin Farrell. Okay.
Jeremy Strong.
Feel the energy flow. So intense how the energy glow. When my energy low, that's when my enemies show. I let my enemies know. I take my enemy's soul and burn my enemy's gold. Yeah, the intent's amazing. Spider-Man villain, Clark Kent, Bruce Wayne, all the same villains. Jokers, goblins, Luther's the president. Catwoman, let the venom in. I'm dealing with these penguins that want me to kneel before Zod. It's a job for Castle. Through roads like a war machine to find Destro's castle. Xavier schools filled with fools, teaching young mutants how to misuse the powers with which we all fuse. America's frozen in ice. Wonder Woman's disappeared into the night. So Wonder Girl wanders through the years, wondering why no one can explain the tears. Causing havoc, seduced by Madeline, lost in limbo with magic. Black is like the brightest day. Where are the heroes? Soon as they get here, everything will be alright. I need a hero. Someone superhuman who can come and save my life. Crisis after crisis, suffering through annihilation. Resurrection of the righteous. Stole the signal from Soundwave as I fought off Ravage. on the ground.